What a wonderful collection of Inuit carvings. Where did you get them?
In the late 60s, I was a dental officer on Baffin Island in the high Arctic, travelling from settlement to settlement and providing dental care. In the process, I got very interested in their carvings, but each of these is carved by a man or a woman that I treated, and so some of them were for payment for the dentistry, and others I would negotiate and buy off them.
And did they have good teeth?
Oh no, the teeth were absolutely terrible, really. I extracted over 7,000 teeth in 3 years.
My goodness. And what about this one?
This is, I think, the most interesting. The carver is a man, or a man was called Noah, he's dead now, one of the most famous of the carvers, born in 1900. And he needed new dentures. So I made him some new dentures, and because I knew he was a carver, I said, would he carve me something? He came back a few days later with this. And it is a man who has a very bad abscess on a tooth, which is closing his eye there.
That's fascinating. And of course, you've got wonderful examples of the Inuit with their shamanist inspiration and also their transformation, a man transforming.
This is a shaman. He's dancing, he's beating his drum, and he's going into a trance and changing into a wolf. This is a very interesting piece. It's by a 14-year-old girl, and it's a piece of caribou thigh bone carved as a muskox. And this is a seal hunter, and as soon as they kill a seal, they blow some water into the mouth of the seal and say a little prayer thanking the seal for the food that he's giving to them.
And this, I love this, again, as shamanistic subject.
That's right. That was Joe Curley, and he was a shaman. He had 3 wives and 24 children, and that again is a shaman but changing into an arrow.
Of course, shamans were the witch doctors of the Inuit, and very important in their society.
And inherited. So you could only be a shaman if your father or mother was a shaman.
And of course, a lot of these carvings were made of soapstone.
That's right. And interestingly, each village has its own supply. So you, just by looking at the colour, you would know this is Lake Harbour. By looking at that, you would know that was Eskimo Point. And so they're absolutely characteristic of each village.
A tremendous amount of the carvings here were inspired by and supported by James Houston, who actually went and lived with the Inuit in Cape Dorset.
That's right, an Englishman, an artist in his own right, who settled in the Arctic and saw the potential, encouraged them to do carvings and also paintings and prints.
These pieces came from really what we'd call the golden era of Inuit carving. And of course, these are the pieces now that are being sought after. And in terms of when you were buying them, you were obviously swapping for dental work or doing a bit of bartering.
That's right, 2 or 3 extractions and a carving.
Well, it certainly was the best paid dental work I think you will have had, because a carving like this nowadays would sell for anywhere between £4,000 and £5,000. And the same with the shaman turning into the wolf. That's an important subject, especially with the drum. So again, the same. So we're looking at probably here in excess of £15,000.
Well, they're not for sale because, as I said, each one has a very personal relationship to me.
And I hope you've written that down.
I'm in the process of doing it, yes.
Good.